All right, let's talk about lamb shoulder. You know that big, impressive cut you see at the butcher? Maybe it feels a little intimidating. Well, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to totally demystify it. I'm talking a foolproof master recipe that's going to give you that succulent, fall-off-the-bone lamb every single time. Let's get into it.
And this is the core promise. It's all about how to transform a tough, hard-working cut of meat into something absolutely meltingly tender. Because look, lamb shoulder can be tough if you don't know the secret. But with the right technique, it becomes something else entirely. It's not just cooking, it's like a delicious kind of magic.
So, here's our game plan. First, we'll get into the secret of why this all works. Then, we'll jump into the master recipe, step by step. After that, the fun part, choosing your own flavor adventure. We'll compare the oven versus the slow cooker, and we'll wrap it all up with the key things you absolutely need to remember. By the end, you're going to be a pro at this.
Okay, before we even think about chopping an onion, we need to understand the why behind the how. Because, honestly, when you get the science of it, the steps just click. They become second nature. And this isn't just about this one recipe, you know? This is the key to mastering pretty much any slow-cooked meat.
So lamb shoulder, what is it? It's a working muscle. Now, whenever you hear that, you should think two things. One, tons of flavor, and two, lots of tough connective tissue. So how do we deal with that? The magic bullet is low heat over a long time. That's the secret. It slowly melts down all the fat and breaks down that tough stuff, the collagen, into glorious, rich gelatin. That's what gives you that super juicy, fall-apart texture we're all after.
Okay, so now that we know the why, let's get our hands dirty with the how. This is the master recipe. Think of it as your blueprint. Once you've got this down, you can use it as a launch pad for all sorts of amazing meals.
First up, the ingredients. We're going with the classics here. A nice big bone-in lamb shoulder. And trust me, you want that bone in. It adds so much flavor. Then we've got our aromatics. Plenty of garlic, fresh rosemary, that classic combo. A simple bed of veggies, onions, carrots, celery to prop up the lamb and start building our sauce. And for our liquid, some red wine and stock. Super simple, right? But these flavors are powerful and just timeless.
Step 1 is all about the prep. This part's super important. First, let that lamb sit out for about half an hour to come to room temp. That's key for even cooking. Then, get your oven preheating. Now you're going to score the fat on top. Just a nice little diamond pattern. This helps it all render down and get crispy later. And my favorite part, make some little cuts all over and stuff them with bits of garlic and rosemary. It's like creating little flavor bombs right inside the meat.
All right, listen up. I'm not kidding. This next step might be the single most important part of the entire recipe. If you want deep, rich flavor, this is it. We're talking about the sear. Rub that lamb down with oil, salt, and pepper, get a pan screaming hot, and sear it on all sides. And listen, this isn't just for looks. That gorgeous brown crust, that's flavor. It's called the Maillard reaction, and it's creating this incredible, deep, savory base for the entire dish. Don't skip this. Don't rush it. This crust is the foundation of everything.
Okay, sear is done. Time to assemble. Just throw that bed of veggies into your roasting pan or slow cooker. They act like a little rack for the lamb. Plop your beautifully seared lamb right on top. And here's a really important little tip. Pour your wine and stock around the lamb, not over the top. Why? Because you don't want to wash off all that seasoning and that amazing crust you just worked so hard to build.
And now for the easy part, the waiting. You've got two paths you can take here. Path 1, the oven. Cover that pan up super tight with some parchment and foil and let it roast for about 4 hours. Path 2, the slow cooker. Lid on, set it to low, and just forget about it for 8 or 9 hours. Either way, you're heading straight to Tender Town.
Okay, for all my oven roasters out there, you get a bonus level. After those 4 hours are up, take off the foil, crank that oven way up, and put the lamb back in for 20 to 30 minutes. This is the magic step that takes that soft skin and turns it into a super crispy, golden, irresistible crust. I mean, it's technically optional, but come on, you're not going to skip this, right?
Okay, deep breaths. The lamb is out. Your kitchen smells absolutely insane. It's literally falling apart. You want to dive right in, but stop. There is one last rule, and it is non-negotiable. You have to let it rest for at least 20 minutes. And here's why that wait is so critical. Think about it. While it's cooking, all the juices get squeezed into the very center of the meat. If you slice it now, they'll all just pour out onto the cutting board. A total tragedy. But if you let it rest, those juices have time to relax and spread back out through the whole shoulder. So please, Don't skip this. It is the difference between a juicy piece of lamb and a dry one.
All right, so we've nailed the master technique. Now for the really fun part, making it your own. Think of that master recipe as a blank canvas. Now we get to paint with flavor. Let's talk about how you can take this in a few different delicious directions.
How about a trip to the Mediterranean? For a Greek-style adventure, you just make a few simple swaps. Instead of red wine, use a crisp white wine. Ditch the rosemary for a good couple tablespoons of dried oregano. And then, at the end, hit it with the juice of a couple of fresh lemons. The whole profile just changes. It becomes so bright, zesty, totally delicious. Or maybe you want something a little more exotic. Let's go Middle Eastern. You'll make a spice rub with warm, earthy things like cumin, coriander, smoked paprika, even a little cinnamon. For the liquid, try some pomegranate juice or molasses for this incredible sweet tart thing. Then, to finish, you garnish with fresh parsley and a sprinkle of bright red pomegranate seeds. I mean, talk about a showstopper.
So we've talked about the oven and the slow cooker, but which one is right for you? It really just depends on what you're going for with the final dish and, what your day looks like. Let's quickly break down the pros and cons.
Okay, here's the side-by-side. If you are dreaming of that super crispy skin for a big Sunday roast or a dinner party, the oven is the only way to go, no question. But if you need a set-it-and-forget-it meal for a busy weeknight, the slow cooker is your best friend. You'll get this incredibly moist, almost pulled texture that's amazing for tacos or sandwiches. So yeah, just match the tool to the job.
Ooh, okay. We've gone through a lot. So let's boil it all down to the absolute essentials. Think of this as your cheat sheet for perfect lamb shoulder.
Okay, here are the 5 golden rules. Number 1, start with the right cut, a working muscle like shoulder. 2, never ever skip the sear. That's your flavor foundation. 3, low and slow is the name of the game. That's how you get tenderness. 4, you have to rest the meat. It's key for juiciness. And finally, number 5, don't be afraid to experiment. Be brave, customize the flavors, and make it your own.
And that's it. That's the whole playbook. Everything you need to take a humble cut of lamb shoulder and turn it into something absolutely unforgettable. So now the master recipe is yours. The only question left is, which flavor adventure are you going to cook first?